Hello, coaches. Hello. Welcome to our exclusive training. Listen, I am so excited to have you a part of my exclusive community. And so I wanted to share with you a few strategies, a few tips on how to enhance your onboarding process and how to enhance your customer journey. So listen, we've talked about three ways for you to shift in your coaching business. Number one, we talked about establishing the intent, right? What is it that you truly want in your business? How do you want to build out your business? Is this something that you're doing to just generate some extra money on the side? Is this a side hustle? Is this just a passionate hobby? Or are you looking to truly develop your coaching gift into a monetized business that's going to bring you the profit and the revenue that you truly desire? I want you to sit down and I want you to make that determination. That's going to be huge in you really hitting the six-figure mark in your coaching business. If you're approaching this as an experiment, if you're approaching this as something I'm just trying to do or figure out or make some more money, then guess what? Then it's not going to be as successful as you truly desire it to be. But the moment that you sit down and you decide that this is how you're going to build your business, then it's going to completely change how you approach business, how you do business, and how you prepare to hit your money milestones. Cool. So listen, that's number one. Number two, I want you to get crystal clear on how you want to serve your ideal client. How do you want to serve them? What does that look like? Let's talk about the customer experience. Let's talk about your onboarding process. How are you onboarding your clients? Once they make the decision to move forward, is your system set up in automation, right? Is there a click and pay and then they're now unlocked with emails, with additional training videos, with a welcome video? What does your onboarding look like? If you are going to create an onboarding that's going to speak directly to the caliber of client that you're attracting, then you want to make sure that onboarding process is solid. So what do I mean? The moment that someone invests into your program, what's next? What's the next thing that excuse me, what's the next thing that happened? And do you have that crystal clear? Is that ironed out? Is it laid out for the client, right? So once they click buy, are they receiving their agreement in their email? Are they received, or do they receive a warm welcome email? Is there someone who's going to contact them to complete the onboarding process to help them navigate through their courses or through their trainings, whether or not you have your content on Kajabi or you have it on any other program. Listen, if you want to use Kajabi to provide your clients with training, to provide your clients with the courses, then there is a link below available for you to get that started. This is how you're going to build out an onboarding process that's going to make your client feel valuable, and it's going to make them feel like that you're taking what they do seriously, or they're taking what you do seriously, but you're taking their concern or the problem that they're going through seriously because you have a business that is structured to serve them at a particular level. Okay, so think about that. What does your onboarding process look like? What does the client experience look like? Do you have anyone to do follow-up calls? Are you following up? Maybe you haven't gotten to the point where you can hire in people to do certain things for the business. Listen, it's okay. Sometimes I find myself still doing follow-up calls just because it's a part of my nature, but you want to make sure that you have a process. When your client onboards, what does that look like? Or is there a client journey? Are you sending them, the trainings that you do, the recordings of your coaching session? Are you sending them notes? Are you sending them materials? Are you showing them that you're not just showing up on the day or the session unprepared, that you're showing up ready to serve them? Are you sending them emails prior to? Are you sending them trainings? What does that look like? These are just ideas. Do you have to implement all of these things? No. But I do want you to sit down and I want you to identify, how do I want to serve my client? What does this look like? Again, we talked about the onboarding. Through your scheduling link. Once they press buy, what does that process look like? When they enroll into your coaching program, what does the client experience look like? Are you emailing them their notes? Are you emailing them their videos? Now, I'll be honest, I don't do that. Why? Because I want my client to pay attention. However, you can send them their notes, you can send them their videos, you can send them their trainings. There's just so many different elements to creating a client experience that's going to magnify how you operate in business. Now, keep in mind, we talked about the difference between a freelancer, we talked about the difference between a self-employed entrepreneur, and we've talked about the difference between a business owner. A freelancer exchanges their time for money. Uh, self-employed entrepreneur has created a job for themselves, but a business owner knows how to put things into its proper space so that we can operate as a business, as a team, versus operating independently. So you want to sit down and you want to make these determinations. We talked about showing up as the expert. If you're going to be the expert, then you want your processes to look like the expert, right? And so these are some of the things, these are some of the ways, rather, we support our coaches and the niche certification community. So you want to make sure that you are solidifying your onboarding process, that you are getting new ideas for the client experience, whether or not you're sending them something in the mail that's branded, whether or not you are, like I said before, you're sending them their coaching sessions via email, you're sending them notes. Maybe you have your courses or your trainings through Kajabi, and now you have certain milestones and certificates or whatever it may look like to make sure that you're enhancing the experience for the client. You want to make sure that they feel valued, and you want to make sure that they feel like their concerns are being met, that they are receiving the best experience with working with you. Cool. So those are just a few tips that I want to share about the onboarding experience. Make sure your automations are set up. Make sure that once someone enrolls into your program, that they're getting emails, that they have a consistent communication or constant communication with you throughout the journey of them working with you. The better your onboarding process, the better your offboarding process, because keep in mind, even when the client is completed or they're done working with you, you want to make sure that there's a process that offboards them. Maybe it upsells them into another program, maybe it puts them into a pool or a community or a membership, but you want to have an offboarding process as well. Not only do you want the offboarding process, but you want to make sure that the client journey that is mapped out. What does it look like? Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, however long your program is, every week should have something to do for you as the coach and something to do for the client. So you want to make sure that that client journey or that client experience is tight as well, because this is how we receive referrals. If you're thinking about, how can I grow my leads? Your referrals are based off of the client experience. The better the client experience, the more referrals you will get. Cool. Have a phenomenal, I was going to say a fantastic, and then I changed it in my thinking. Have a phenomenal day, and make sure that you are focusing on the bigger picture. What is your goal? Are we building this business to be freelance, exchanging time for money? Are we building this business as a job where you're just creating another job for yourself? You're a self-employed entrepreneur, or are we going to build our coaching into a profitable business that we can create legacy for the ones that we love? Have a fantastic day and be blessed.